Every day in the USA, people find themselves in court.
I need money so I can get out of here and away from all of that. So, Your Honor, I ask that you award me the $10,000 because although it's claimed that the signs were returned, they have never been in my yard. They were removed either that same or something, but they were not here when I got back to my home. Thank you.
I'm going to ask you some questions. So first and foremost, what were these yard displays?
There was a sign that said something about strong standing. I'm still standing. There were signs that said, I enjoy watching the dawn breaking because I'm a fan of pig racing and not roller derby, box derby. I enjoy watching the losers fail. So I had one up there that said, I enjoy watching losers fail. I had signs up that said things about, I am afraid of my neighbor.
Did these signs also include, I believe Dawn Hightower is the worst Longview, Washington resident now living. Find the self-professed person with antisocial personality disorder at 361 18th Avenue.
There may have been one like that, yeah. And I believe that is also covered by the First Amendment, which says that I can
Not covered by the First Amendment when people's privacy rights are put out on display, as well as harm can come their way. Your First Amendment does not apply to that. Did you also put a sign up that said retribution cometh?
No. I do not know anything about that sign. I don't know where it came from. I have no knowledge about that sign.
I believe Dawn Hightower wants me dead. Was this another sign that you put up?
Yes. Well, she did try to choke me to her honor when she attacking me.
Not paying your court-ordered 10K judgment plus 9% plus your choice to not use mediation. Your debt goes to a collection agency. Bad decision, Baldy.
I have friends who find the term Baldy affectionate, and it doesn't state anyone's personal name. And so, if somebody wants to take it personally, that is up to them. But not paying court-ordered judgment can result in collection agencies and court cases, small claims judge. It can result in having property.
361 18th owes me money.
Pardon me?
Property owner of 361 18th owes me money. Is this also one of the signs that you're seeking?
So a true statement. I can state facts according to my First Amendment rights.
You cannot state facts that put others' individual privacy rights at issue. In regards to $1,000 theft of art display, we had testimony from both parties that those art pieces that seem to be addressed towards Miss Hightower were returned to the plaintiff's property. So it seems like there was no damage done to them and they were returned in their entirety by a police officer. This seems to be the plaintiff's attempt to try to get $10,000 that was originally granted to her in a judgment from 2023 in case 23S126. I don't think that the correct way to try to get that money is trying to file another small claims claim against the husband of the defendant in that matter. As such, I'm going to deny the plaintiff's requested $10,000 against the defendant. And so no judgment is entered in favor of the plaintiff.
So
Mr.
sounds
Akerson,
like,
did you?
If I have interpreted what little I can hear, is that you have You have not judged in my,
Okay, I said that based on my decision, you have the right to appeal this decision to the Superior Court.
okay, and is that where I show my hospital bills and such?
No, this is today's trial, so nothing additional will be reviewed.
Well, then that won't do me any good, will it? Oh, well.
It's up to you to decide. I cannot
Thanks for your
offer
time.
any legal advice.
All right, we're here in 24S000235. We have the plaintiff Jenny Kiriconi present. We have the defendant Justin Guadron present. Sir, do you own Affordable Land Care LLC?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, he is the owner of the other named defendant, Affordable Land Care LLC. So I see that there has been an amended claim filed in this matter. Let me go ahead and make sure that all the parties are aware of this new amended value. Have you received that, sir, the amended claim?
I haven't received any paperwork, no.
Well, how do you know to be here today, sir?
Well, I received paperwork previously, like months ago, or weeks ago. I'm sorry, I'm busy, so I lose track of time. But I haven't received paperwork for this court date today. I called you guys at the district court and followed up I looked up the dates and I was just following the trail, but I haven't been served proper paperwork yet. No.
Well, I have right here, and I just want to make sure that everything is correct. I have right here that a proof of service. It says here that you were personally served on February 2nd, 2025 at 1:30 PM and that you were
And
served.
that was on a Sunday.
Yeah, I'm not
Yep,
quite sure.
that's the one I was served, but there were no court dates on that paperwork. It didn't say, "Hey, you're at this date," and it didn't say what. There was no exhibits. There was nothing attached to that. I didn't know what I was being sued for other than what was on that paper.
1 second. Ms. Kiriconi, did you file proof of service on the amended claim?
I attempted to, Your Honor. And in fact, yesterday I delivered to the court proof that I engaged Emerald Legal Service down in Eugene, and they attempted many times to serve Mr. Guadron, and that he refused to open his door on many occasions. There is something that they call a proof of due diligence as well, along with the other document.
All right, so service can only be by mail, by personal service, or by substitute service. So if they have been attempting to do it, then you would need to just serve him by certified mail, because at this point, we don't actually have proof of service of the amended claim. I will agree, I do accept. All right, but that hasn't been filed, ma'am. I don't have a proof of service on my end. I see that you have that form, but I have a defendant here saying that he didn't receive the amended claim.
He did not receive the amended claim, Your Honor, because he has refused to open the door to the personal service representatives trying to serve the amended claims notice.
And I hear you, ma'am, but unfortunately, he does need to get that serviced. So you can do that by certified mail, and that would be sufficient. He doesn't need to be served by an individual then.
When I have done that before, he refused it. He refused it to pick it up for over 30 days. That's why I used a service to inform him of the February 2nd one.
Well, you know, it can be left in a mailbox too.
I will attempt again, Your Honor.
Okay, all right. So, sir, you are here. You followed the trail of dates. You are now aware that you are going to be served an amended claim.
What address is she mailing them to? Because I have moved. I'm a single dad and I had to relocate to be near my kid. So
Sure,
she
Ms.
might be mailing
Piraconi,
them to the wrong address.
what's the address that you're trying to serve, please? Ms. Pir-
It should be on the paperwork from the service, Your Honor. I do not have that paperwork right in front of me.
I don't have a proof of service for the amended claim. For the small claim, it is,
Yes, you do not have proof of service for the amended claim because the defendant has refused to open the door to Emerald Legal Service of
ma'am,
Eugene.
I understood.
Okay,
And I
okay. And
understand.
I
just-
understand he can also refuse to pick up the registered mail, certified mail. I will attempt to do that again, Your Honor, at
that's
his
not-
Eugene address.
That is not what I'm asking, ma'am. I'm trying to find the address to tell him. And I said, I don't have one for the new
All
proof
right,
of service. I will look at the old proof of service. And I'm asking you, is that the same address you are trying to serve?
No, Your Honor. That address is open.
1247 West 8th Avenue, apartment 11, Eugene, Oregon.
Eugene, Oregon,
97402.
97402.
Is that your address, sir?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, you're now put on notice that you are trying to be served this amended claim. At this point, there's really no reason for you not to accept service of it because we do have proof of service on the small claim. I don't think there's any difference. So the original claim is asking for $6,000 in reimbursement, and the amended claim is asking for also $6,000. So not an additional, but the same amount.
Okay.
So
What does it say? What are the accusations?
Well,
What
I
is
need
the-
I need you to accept that. It says right here, cost of permit and inspection costs to remediate items, failing inspection, post to complete work left undone, including labor and materials, cost of cleanup. So,
Well,
sir,
can we avoid time and just enter court now? So
No.
we can just, or
I
do I
don't have
have to wait
time. I
for
have
her?
a trial in 5 minutes. So today
Okay,
is
so I still
purely
have to wait for her to serve me?
Yeah, so she needs
Okay.
to serve you, but we can set up a trial date right now. I just want you to know there's no point in avoiding it because she's already served you on the other one, which I could have trial on
Yeah,
the other claim.
I'm not avoiding anything. I'm a
Okay.
business owner and I'm working and
Okay,
I apologize about the inconvenience, but I don't even stay here half the time. I'm between two states.
okay,
So they're just not catching me when I'm home.
okay, all right, but I just wanted to give you a heads up. It's not like
Yep.
it's a bigger amount. It's just, I think she amended the
I
description of
I
why.
also want to argue that the amount that she's asking for is higher than what a legal ability to sue for an LLC in the state of Washington. Based off my research, the highest amount is 5,000.
That's only if she's an LLC. You can sue
Got
a
it.
business up to $10,000, but if you were to sue her, you could only ask her for 5,000.
Okay, I just wanted to. I'm sorry, I was doing
No,
some
that's
research
fine.
on that, and
That's fine. So the next, so we're gonna set trial, Ms. Kirikoni, you do need to submit proof of service on that amended claim before this trial date, or else the trial will be canceled. The next available trial date is April 30th at 2:30 PM. Are both parties available at that time? It would be a Zoom meeting. Once again, it's April 30th at 2:30 PM.
just a moment, Your Honor. I am
Sure.
looking up my calendar.
Sure.
That should work just fine. I just
Okay.
need to put it on the calendar. What time was it?
2:30 PM. It's virtual. It's in this courtroom too, so it'll be the exact same sign-in as it was for today's pretrial.
Okay. And is there a way? I don't understand because this is like small claims. I'm not allowed to get an attorney, but how do we do exhibits and documentation?
I'll tell you about that right now. 1 second, sir. Ms. Kirikoni, are you available on that date?
I am, Your Honor.
Okay, so April 30th at 2:30 PM, we have the trial scheduled. Please just submit that proof of service before then. So based on that information, because I set trial for April 30th, that means that on April 18th, all parties must submit their exhibits that they wish to use against the other. to the Cowlitz County District Court Clerk. You need to submit 2 copies of every exhibit because 1 copy goes to me at the court and 1 copy goes to the other party. So Mr. Guadron, anything that you submit needs to be in 2 copies. I retain 1 copy goes to Ms. Curaconi.
So who gives her the copy? The court does?
But listen, sir. So
Sorry.
on the 18th, everyone needs to drop off, April 18th, everyone drops off copies of their exhibits. There needs to be 2 copies of each. And then on the 21st, which is a Monday, people can come and pick up their exhibits.
And my only question is, because I am in another state, is there a way to do that virtually over the email or mail process?
We can't do that. What can be done is you can mail in your exhibits for the 18th. And then I believe what has been done is you can put an envelope in there for us to mail you back the exhibits. But I'm not quite sure how, Madam Clerk, do you know how they would figure out the pricing?
He would have to have someone. We don't mail them out.
We don't mail them out anymore. Yeah, you'd have to have someone pick them up for you on the 21st.
So I could have a relative in
Yeah,
that.
absolutely.
Okay,
Yeah,
I
it
just
doesn't have
trying
to
to.
be you. It just has to be someone who can, you know, state, hey, I'm his cousin, nephew, uncle, whatever, but state your case number and pick it up on your behalf. That's completely fine.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, so you can mail the exhibits in on the 18th, but then someone would just come and pick them up for you on the 21st. Okay?
Got it.
All right, so once again, 18th, everyone please, April 18th, submit your exhibits, 2 copies of each exhibit. April 21st, please come and pick them up. It can be someone who's there on your behalf to pick them up. And then on April 30th, we'll have trial here at 2:30 on the virtual courtroom 8.
Okay, thank you so much.
All right, sounds good. And then Ms. Curaconi, I look forward to that proof of service.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All
Have a
right,
good day.
thank you, everyone. You as well.